History books write that World War II ended in 1945. Germany surrendered, Japan was stopped with atomic bombs, and the world was at peace. Really? So what about you, just 1 year after the end of the war, in 1946? What if I told you that the United States had sent a massive war fleet to the most isolated spot on Earth, Antarctica? The official description was mapping and exploration. But they had with them 4,700 soldiers, 33 aircraft, an aircraft carrier and submarines. Do you think an army is needed to map glaciers? Or was there another enemy waiting for them there, beneath the ice? Today, we're going to talk about the most secret war in history, Operation Highjump, and the terrible thing Admiral Byrd saw. To understand the story, we must go back not to 1946 but to the last days of the war. As Berlin fell, something strange happened. The Allies realized that the German Navy's most advanced submarines, U-boats, were missing. Where had they gone? Intelligence reports pointed to one place, the south. Antarctica. Before the war, the Nazis named it Neuschwabenland, New Swabia, and made thousands of reconnaissance flights. Not the conspiracy theorists, but the US admirals of the time suspected this. Hitler's elites and scientists. Could he have escaped to secret underground caves in Antarctica to form the last battalion? Washington couldn't take that risk. And Admiral Richard E. Byrd, the greatest living polar explorer and national hero, was called to duty. The name of the operation, Highjump. Look, this is very important. The US economy was in post-war crisis. The people were tired. Despite this, the government spent billions of dollars in today's money to equip this fleet. Admiral Byrd was strange in his statement to the press. This is not a scientific expedition, it is a military operation. Against whom? Against the Penguins. December 1946. The fleet reached the Antarctic coast. The plan was this: they would stay for 6 to 8 months, establish a base, and completely control the continent. But things immediately started to go wrong. Unexpected magnetic anomalies, compasses going crazy, and terrible weather conditions. And then the first losses began. The seaplane codenamed George Onefoot crashed mysteriously. 3 soldiers lost their lives. Survivors described their planes hitting an invisible wall or their electronic systems suddenly locking up. But the truly horrific allegations were those that didn't make it into the official reports. What I will tell here is officially recorded as air opposition. However, some of the pilots who participated in the operation, and according to reports leaked by Russian intelligence, a war took place there. Allegedly, wingless, disc-shaped vehicles emerged silently from underwater and attacked the fleet. They were much faster than US planes. One destroyer, allegedly the USS Murdoch, is said to have been heavily damaged. Do you know what the result was? The operation, which was supposed to last 6 months, was cancelled in the 6th week. The world's most powerful navy fled without looking back. Now you will say, these are fabrications. But we have a concrete document. On his way back, Admiral Byrd gave an interview to a newspaper in Chile. I read it word for word, United States of America. It must take up a defensive position against enemy aircraft that can fly from one pole to the other at incredible speeds. The year is 1947. Even the Soviets did not have such an aircraft. Jet engines are still in their infancy. What was Byrd talking about? Who was the enemy flying between the poles? We've come to the craziest, most science fiction part. Years after Admiral Byrd's death, a diary was discovered by people claiming to be his son. In the diary, Byrd wrote that his compass broke down while he was flying his plane, and tells that he was drawn to a green, warm valley in the middle of the ice. There are extinct mammoths down there. His plane is brought down by discs with Nazi symbols on them. The leader of this underground civilization gives him a message: put down the nuclear weapons, or you will destroy the world. Is this diary real or the delusions of a madman? Or is it disinformation spread by the intelligence community to hide the truth? The story doesn't have a happy ending. Secretary of Defense James Forrestal, who ordered this operation, lost his sanity after the incident. He kept saying, "They are watching us, they are coming from underground," and in 1949, he died after falling from the 16th floor of a military hospital. The official report was suicide, but he had a robe sash tied around his neck. Operation Highjump has been consigned to the dustbin of history. Antarctica is currently banned from civilian entry by international agreements. Maybe not to protect us, but to hide them. What do you think? Did the Nazis escape, or was Byrd simply hallucinating in the icy desert? Let's meet in the comments. See you in the next mystery.